Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah and you're watching So Beauty Stuff. This week I want to talk to you about the Kat Von D MetalMatte Palette. This way it reads metal and then this way it reads matte. So I actually bought this palette for my makeup kit because I thought that it had some fantastic colours in there. But you've got a real selection of gorgeous matte shades here. And then some gorgeous, well, they're called the metals, but they're more of a foil kind of colour. And the reason I wanted these is because I found that I didn't have any single palette that has kind of all of these bold colours in it. But this one's got them all. So if I'm doing a look and I need like a pop of blue, I've got blue. If I want a pop of yellow, I've got yellow. If I want a pop of green, I've got that. And I just absolutely adore the fact that there's all these mattes and all these metals. But honestly, these aren't the sort of colours I'd reach for on a daily basis. These foils, definitely something that I would reach for just to jazz up a day look, but it's not something that I would necessarily wear all the time, which is why I thought it'd be perfect for my kit. Any sort of bold colours I want to add to a look, I've got them all here, and if I do want something really shiny and foily, I've got them there. So obviously, being that it's part of my kit, I do have to be careful with just keeping it sanitized and keeping it clean, but there's nothing to stop me from using it on myself if I do want to reach for it, so I think that's a good compromise. And I actually only paid, I think it was something like $48 for this, which is less than I paid for the Shade and Light palette. For anyone who is new to my channel or doesn't know, I'm a little bit obsessed with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It is my favourite ever eyeshadow palette. I'll just get it out for you. You'll be able to tell by how heavily used it is. So here's the Shade and Light palette. It's pretty well loved, but one thing that you'll notice is while the packaging is similar on these, a similar design, how much bigger this MetalMatte palette is. It is absolutely huge. So you've got 13 mattes and 9 foils, and in this one you've got the 9 mattes across the top and then the 3 big mattes, so 12 matte shades. So you have got more colours, you have got more product, but this was actually cheaper. I can see why I use this one pretty much every day. I could use it every day for the rest of my life. This one is probably a bit more of a certain look that you'd go for. The packaging is the same good quality as the Shade and Light palette. I really like that the lid folds all the way back flat, so you can lay it down if you want and have it kind of looking at you like this. It is a really big, long, decent mirror as well, so you know you can use it. I mean, I don't think I'd ever really use this like this, but you know, you have got the mirror there, and it shuts with the sort of magnetic clasp, so it's not just going to ping open. And it does also have the shade names on the back here. Kat Von D eyeshadows are amazing, amazing quality. I love them. So I wanted to get this, and I wanted just to try and do a look for you that while it is taking advantage of some of these more bold colours, I wanted to put together a wearable look. So I've gone for what I'm calling kind of like a mermaidy kind of eye, which is the yellows, turquoise, green, blue, with a red lip, because I think those colours really complement each other. But at the same time, yeah, taking advantage of some of these more bold shades while having a look that you can actually wear every day. I'll leave a link to my blog down below where I've actually swatched all of these, but I will insert a picture as well just up on the screen. So I'm really happy with this palette. I will show you how I came up with this look. When I started, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to go for, so I've done this as a voiceover tutorial because I don't want to talk through it, because I didn't really know where I was going with the look until I was about halfway through when I made up my mind, so I've just voiced it over for you. So I'm starting by priming my eyes with Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, and then I'm going over that with the shade Bone. Next I went in with Suede and just started to gently carve out a little bit of a crease and my outer corner. Next I went in with Oak and just started to define that crease a little bit more with a fluffy brush. Once I had my base, I went over with Feather, this gorgeous yellow colour, just over the main part of my lid.
Then I used the shade Stone just to really start to deepen up that outer corner. And then a little bit of moss over that outer corner as well. Start tying in the green with the yellow. I think this is where I started to figure out I want to do my mermaid colours. Finally, I start using the shimmers. I went in with Ignite, this gorgeous sort of baby blue turquoisey kind of colour. The pigment of these is absolutely incredible. Now I'm using Glitz in my inner corner just to lighten it up a little bit. I'm just dabbing that on because I don't want to lose too much of the pigment. Then I went over that again with Feather to try and make it a bit more yellow. Then I went in with What, and this is another sort of deep mossy green shade. To make sure that this all stayed really neat and tidy, I went around the crease with Suede just to make sure it was all really nice and blended. Next I used the colour Medulla, again going into that outer corner to go into the even darker shade of blue. And then back over with a little bit of Ignite to help that blend together. I then did a wing with my tattoo liner and finished off the rest of my face with makeup. My camera cut out at some point, so just believe that it was done. I then used a bit of What and started to copy the same kind of colour pattern under my under eye, just slightly less detailed. So then went across with Ignite and finished off the inner corner with a little bit of Flash to make it more yellow. And I then dabbed this over where I'd put Feather on my top of my lid to make sure that it was really, really yellowy and carried on that shimmer look. I then tidied up my wing, put on some mascara, and hey presto, the look is done.
Okay, so that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you really liked it. If you want any more information about this palette, where I bought it from, my reviews, some swatches, things like that, I'll link the blog post down below. I'd be really happy if you check that out for me, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to this video. It's free to subscribe, and then you'll never miss my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!